My name is Leo, and I'm a ghost. A digital ghost, to be specific. By day, I'm the co-founder of Chimera Studios, one of the top VFX houses in LA. My partner, Julian, is the face of the company, the charismatic schmoozer who charms clients and gives TED Talks. I'm the guy in the dark room, the technical genius who actually makes the magic happen. I build the algorithms, I craft the code, I create digital faces so real they can pass a Turing test. I make movie stars young again, bring monsters to life, and erase reality with a few keystrokes. My life was, by all accounts, perfect. Our studio was on the verge of winning a Saturn Award for our work on the latest sci-fi blockbuster. And I had Ava. Ava was a work of art, a stunning gallery curator who understood my passion and celebrated my weird, nerdy genius. She was my anchor in the real world, the one person who saw me, not the code I wrote. The three of us were a power trio: Julian, the showman, Ava, the muse, and me, the ghost in the machine. We were on top of the world. The truth came out, as it always does, in the data. I was working late, polishing our awards submission reel. It included a behind-the-scenes segment filmed in our office. There was a moment where Julian and Ava were talking in the background, their voices muffled. Just for fun, I decided to test a new audio separation algorithm I'd been developing, an AI designed to isolate a single voice from a crowded room. I fed the clip into the machine. The algorithm whirred, stripping away the ambient noise, the hum of the servers, the distant LA traffic, and then their voices emerged, crystal clear, from the digital void. Julian. He's completely oblivious. He'll be so focused on the award, he won't even see the legal notice until it's too late. Ava. Are you sure the contract is ironclad? I don't want him getting a cent of the IP. Julian. Babe, I handled it. The key man clause is my masterpiece. Once we win, his shares are diluted to nothing. Chimera becomes mine, and you and I can finally stop pretending. Ava, laughing softly. Poor Leo. He really thinks I love him for his brilliant mind. It wasn't just an affair. It was a coup. They weren't just cheating on me. They were planning to gut my life's work, steal the company I built from scratch, and leave me with nothing but a worthless title. Ava wasn't my anchor. She was the saboteur. For a full minute, I couldn't breathe. The ghost in the machine had just seen his own murder plot. My first instinct was primal rage, to storm into Julian's office, to confront Ava, to smash everything. But that's not what I do. I don't smash, I build. And sometimes to build something new, you have to create the perfect tool of destruction. They thought I was just a nerd who wrote code. They were about to find out that I was the world's foremost expert in creating a lie so perfect it becomes the truth. For the next 2 weeks, I became a phantom. I told them I was working on a secret project for the awards ceremony, a special tribute video. They loved the idea, leaving me completely alone in my digital fortress. They had no idea the project I was working on was them. I had terabytes of data. Every interview Julian had ever given, every video call, every personal video Ava had sent me. I fed it all into my most advanced neural network, the one I'd built to de-age actors. I trained it on their faces, their voices, their micro-expressions, their unique patterns of speech. Then, I started to build my masterpiece, a deepfake. Not some cheap, glitchy fake you see online. This was a flawless, photorealistic 8K rendering of a leaked video call between Julian and Ava. I wrote the script myself, using their own words against them. I had them laughing about how they manipulated me. I had Julian bragging about the legal trap he had set. I had Ava detailing how she faked her love for me to get inside information on my work. It was the most horrific, soul-crushing thing I had ever created. And it was perfect. The night of the Saturn Awards was like a movie. We were at the head table, cameras flashing. Julian was in his element, holding court, Ava on his arm, looking radiant. They were basking in my glory, believing it was theirs. Our category was announced. We won. The room erupted. Julian kissed Ava, then hugged me, whispering, "We did it, partner." He strode to the stage, a king claiming his throne. Thank you, he began, his voice dripping with false humility. This award isn't just for me, it's for my team, my partner Leo, and the incredible trust we share. To celebrate that partnership, I'd like to play a short video. He nodded to the tech booth. The giant screen behind him flickered to life, but it wasn't the sizzle reel of our work. It was my deepfake. The audience of Hollywood's elite watched in stunned silence as a photorealistic Julian and Ava appeared on screen, having the most incriminating conversation of their lives. The audio was perfect. The video was seamless. There was no glitch, no flicker, nothing to suggest it wasn't real. I watched their faces. The slow-motion explosion of comprehension. Julian, on stage, turning from the screen to me, his face a mask of pure horror. Ava at the table, her hand flying to her mouth, her eyes wide open with terror. They weren't just being exposed. They were being erased and replaced by my perfect, damning copies. The video ended. For a moment, there was absolute silence. Then chaos, shouts, gasps, the president of the Academy walking onto the stage. Julian was frozen, a statue of his own ruin. I didn't stay for the fallout. I stood up, adjusted my tie, and walked out of the ballroom. As I passed our table, I leaned in close to Ava and whispered, "The funny thing about a ghost, you never see him coming." The next morning, it was all over. The award was rescinded. Our studio's investors pulled out. Julian and Ava were industry pariahs, their names synonymous with the most technologically terrifying scandal in Hollywood history. They tried to claim the video was a fake, but that was the beauty of my plan. I was the only person on Earth with the skill to create a deep fake that good. Who are they going to get to prove it? Me. I had already executed the counter-move. While they were planning their coup, I had quietly registered all the studio's core IP under a new private company using a legal loophole Julian, in his arrogance, had overlooked. Chimera Studios was a hollow shell. My work was safe. The deepfake itself became a legend, a terrifying masterpiece that sparked 1,000 articles and a congressional hearing on the dangers of AI. I had to testify, of course. I explained with perfect sincerity how dangerous this technology could be in the wrong hands. I rebranded the studio under my own name. The clients didn't just come back, they flooded in. Everyone wanted to work with the quiet genius who was brilliant enough to fool the entire world. Last week, I got a call from a divorce lawyer. Julian and Ava are suing each other into oblivion, each blaming the other for the downfall. Their perfect partnership had dissolved into a perfect hatred. Sometimes, to find the truth, you have to create the perfect lie. And sometimes, the only way for a ghost to be seen is to haunt the people who tried to erase him.